Hey guys, welcome back to the Beige Flag podcast. With us, we have a great host, Haley Hartwig.
Hello, welcome back.
Haley, I feel like you have a really cool t-shirt on today.
Thank you. We're repping some brand new merch today. Shout out to all of our loyal subscribers so far. If you are subscribed and you want some merch, be sure to like and comment, and we'll pick some lucky winners to get some free merch.
The Beige Flag.
Okay, alright, so then how have you been overall? What's new?
I've been pretty good. I'm really curious about what's new with you because this is our first episode back since your California trip.
I know, this is the first time in 2 weeks we're recording, so
Yeah.
it feels like kind of weird recording again.
I know. It's like fully fall now.
It's fully fall now. Pumpkin spice season is full swing. I had 2 today.
Two. Dang. Buy one, get one free.
Buy one, get them free on Thursdays.
Very nice.
Yeah, so then I was in California. So as we were, remember that date I was supposed to go on with this girl, and that was like basically my whole premise of going to California.
Yes, you told us last week that she canceled the date before you had even gone, right?
Yes, that was correct. And I had some meetings down in California in the area. So what I did is I went down, and on Laguna Beach, there's this place called Earth Cafe. I've been going there since I was a freshman in college. That was like 9 years ago now.
Okay, so it's like a coffee shop in California that you like.
It is not a coffee shop. It is the coffee shop.
Okay.
So Earth Cafe. All right. Before we go talk about that date, let me talk about Earth Cafe. Let's tell our people what's so great about Earth Cafe and why everybody goes there. So the thing about Earth Cafe is they take a building that's designated to be a historical building. So this company comes in, which is Earth Cafe. They have a few restaurants all over Southern California. So they take over the building, renovate it, and then they make it into a coffee shop and a brunch spot.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Cute, historic.
And then right on the ocean.
Wow, okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, so what I do is I place a phone order to Earth Cafe to go pick up my coffee because usually it's like a 45 minute wait to get in line to get it in. So
Okay.
I've life hack if anybody wants to go to Earth Cafe, phone order, and then because there's open seating, you can just sit over there and get your meal instead of waiting 45 minutes. So I place my order, I drive over there, I go to the front and I go like, hi, picking up for Adam. And they go like, Adam, I don't see an order. So they go, so they go back, they go check their system, and they go, oh, I don't think you placed an order. Then I looked at my phone, it didn't place an order. So they take my card and they're like, hey, just wait out here while we make your order. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I'm looking over there and I look over there and there's this girl right in my viewpoint sitting there working on her computer. And guess who she is?
I don't know. Who could it possibly be?
It's that girl I was supposed to go on a date with on that day at that coffee shop. What are the odds?
I mean, maybe she just wanted to go to the cafe. She was planning to be there anyways. She just hit you up being like, yeah, come by.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay, so
standing.
you're there. Okay, but why did you go at the time you were supposed to have the date? Like, did you have a suspicion?
Because that was my open period within my day. I had already reserved it, so I'm like, I'm already there. Might as well go to the cafe to pick up my coffee.
Okay, fair enough.
And if you know me, you know how much I love coffee and like certain places of coffee.
That's fair.
Okay, so I'm standing over there, and I look at this girl.
You're sure it was her because you just saw pictures, right? Like you never faced her.
Because she has one of those unique features of face. Because when she was the pictures that she has on her profile, the pictures she had online, really matched this person sitting over there, and there were some distinct features I could recognize. And then I did have my glasses on.
Okay.
Just wanted to.
Okay, so did you say anything to her?
No, why would I say anything?
I don't know. Like, if she sees you, I feel like it'd be less awkward to just go and be like, "Hey, hi, I'm Adam." Like,
Wouldn't she go like, have you been stalking me? Like, why are you here? Like, you live in Seattle.
but you had planned to meet up on this day, right?
That is true. So as I'm standing there, I look at her and like trying to go like, let me just get my coffee, get out of here. Because I had plans to go sit down, have my coffee over there, but I'm like, no, let's just grab. And then the guy goes, order for Adam.
Did Did she look? Did she see you?
Because at that point I was in the bathroom and I could hear my name being called out.
Okay.
And I walk out and she's standing in line to go to the bathroom. And I look at her, I freeze, I look down and just walk right past.
Was there like any look of realization on her face?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Okay,
because I was more frozen in that moment.
I think I have a theory.
What?
You were being catfished.
I'm being catfished?
You were. By the girl on the app.
Why would I be cat? Why was I? How? Wait, why?
Like, it wasn't actually her that had set up this date with you.
Okay, and there was someone.
She was using this girl's pictures.
Okay.
And I don't know why they would have...
Maybe they're friends and she sent her on that day to the cafe?
That would be an interesting thing. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but like, I feel like it might have been a catfish.
Okay, so I was catfished again.
Perhaps.
I need to hire that guy from Catfish to figure out what's going on. Moving on from that, so that was a long day.
So anyways, yeah, you didn't get any date content for us from your trip?
No, so I do have an interesting story. So at the night of, when I go to Southern California, to Orange County specifically, I go out, hang out with my friends. And we go to this one place, this bar, usually at night. It's called Wild Goose in Costa Mesa. Everyone hangs out there. It's like the place to go in Southern California on the weekends.
Okay.
All right.
Hot tip.
Hot tip if you want to go. So we're going over there and it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm standing over there with a group of like 10, 15 people. And we're all talking because the bar's shutting down and we're like talking to like saying our goodbyes to like head out. As we're talking, a girl walks by between our group. And in that moment, all guys and girls stop whatever they're saying and just look over to the girl. Like, she is the most gorgeous human being we have ever seen.
Okay.
So she walks over, she goes to the door, she talks to like the doorman or someone at the door and walks back to her group of friends. There's like 4 of them sitting over there. I go to my friends. I go, Kevin, I need to do something. He's like, what do you want to do at 1 a.m? I can't spend the rest of my life without her knowing my name. I'll be right back. So I walk over to her. She's standing to her friends, and I tap her on the shoulder. I go, Miss, I need to tell you something. She's like, yeah, what is it? She's like very confused. And I go, ma'am, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in a long time. And she's very confused. So she hugs me, and she goes, if I didn't have a boyfriend, I would have a much better answer for you. I'm like, that's fine. All I just wanted to say, my name is Adam.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
I know.
And also, you could do that, but you couldn't say hi to the girl you were supposed to go on a date with?
But maybe in that moment, maybe that was a good sign. See, I approach people when I think I cannot go the rest of my life without. It's like those missed moments. With that girl, I think there wasn't like I was missing out on anything.
Okay.
I recently was on a date 2 nights ago down at the bar where we live. I was having, and it was like a 8 p.m. date, and I was just having calamari and fries. Turns out she's vegetarian, so I was just eating all the calamari, and she hates mayo, but I love mayo with my French fries.
Okay.
And then she goes to the bathroom, and I go like, yeah, can we just close out the tab? And it's pouring outside, and she comes out. I'm like, do you want another drink? And she goes like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to go upstairs to work. And I head out. I realize the date's not going well. Why can't people take the hint that the date is not going well and they want to do a second one?
Did you end the date?
Right there and then.
But did you say, like, I had a great time, like, anything? Or did you just literally leave her?
No, I just walked her to the car and just hugged her goodbye.
Okay.
And
You kind of left that part out. Like, I thought you just, like,
I just walked out.
And walked away.
I had to lie one time on my date. I think we talked about it when I had to make up a story.
And you made up the worst story possible. Okay, ladies, this is boy brain. Like,
What story did I make up? Which one of the stories are we
I'm
talking?
thinking of the one where you said, "Oh, my friends are going clubbing in a nearby town. I've got to go to that." And then she goes, "I want to go clubbing too." Right?
Exactly. So what am I supposed to do in that point? And then
You're supposed to not use "I'm going clubbing" as your get out of the date.
But like, who invites someone themselves to like go out?
I don't know. Maybe she thought it was like I'm gonna go clubbing. Like, do you want to come situation. You just forgot the second part of the question. I've been seeing this on TikTok a lot. And I know recently you've just been doing like ice cream dates, which are low pressure
True.
first dates. But I know in the past, in the 100 dates in 1 year situation, you did like more expensive first dates, right?
Yeah, did I take anyone to Nobu? No, I took friends to Nobu. Yeah, I never took anyone to Nobu. Yeah, but Nobu-esque places.
Yeah, you had, I mean, didn't you spend like $700 on one tab one night?
It was 800.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And the weekend was 2,500.
Like, you guys spent a whole weekend together?
We hung out the entire weekend, and then on Monday, I checked my phone, and it was $2,500.
Okay, so in this situation, like, would you ever ask the girl to split it? Like,
No,
if she offered to split it, would you take her up on it? Like,
it could be $2,000, and I could... Something in me would not be able to be like, hey, do you want to split it? I've never split the bill, ever.
wow. Huh, okay. Do you think that's common?
It's, in my culture, super common.
Okay, what about, like, not in your culture, in just, like, general 20s dating scene in Seattle? Like, your friends. Do you think most guys still...
Yeah, I think they offer to pay. Nobody
Yeah.
splits the
But
check.
if the girl offers, like, oh, let's split it.
Not on the first date.
Okay.
Do you split the first date you had with your current boyfriend?
No.
See?
But I always offer. I try. I
What-
don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I know. But like, I've heard situations if like the guy takes the girl up on the offer to split, there's not going to be a second date. And I've heard this many times. Is it
Okay,
true?
why?
Is there a truth to it?
I mean, I definitely am sure some girls do that. I don't think, like, any of my friends are like that. I don't know. I think that it's perfectly reasonable to, like, split the bill.
I know, but like, you guys don't.
I try.
When's the last time you paid the entire bill?
Like, recently. I don't know.
Was it a Costco pizza?
Honestly, that probably was the last date because we do that a lot.
Yeah, okay. So you sent me a TikTok recently. This girl talks about when a guy offers you ice cream or drinks, you suggest dinner. What's your what side of the camp are you on?
I wanted your thoughts on this because she was basically saying, like, if a guy wants to take me out, okay, that's fine, but I want a dinner out of it. I don't want to just do coffee or drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely in the camp of, like, my time is valuable. I don't want to go on a date that's, like, a couple hour investment right off the bat. If I've never met this person before, I feel much more comfortable doing coffee or drinks. But her idea was that, like, no, I want him to put the investment into dinner or whatever, which is reasonable, fine. But she was saying, if a guy says, hey, let's get drinks, she says, I'd rather have dinner. And then this guy had come back to her and said, okay, like, where do you want to go? She sends him a list of places. And then he goes, these all look really nice. Like, I think if we do dinner, I'd feel much more comfortable splitting the bill. And, like, just wanted to say that up front or something like that.
And then what'd she say?
She was like, absolutely not, and just unmatched him. And to me, like, that's never something I would do. I mean, one, we just talked about, like, I would rather have a lower time investment on a first date. And two, like, I'd absolutely feel comfortable splitting the bill and, like, would expect that. Especially if I'm asking to go to, like, a nicer dinner. Honestly, I'd probably offer to pay for the whole bill if I'm picking the place.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me, but...
Isn't that your way of just going ahead and checking out all the restaurants you wanted?
It could be, honestly.
Yeah, I'm fine doing dinner on a first date if I feel like I'm gonna have a good time with the person.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
But if a girl were to say, like, hey, I don't want to do ice cream, I'd rather do dinner, and she sends you, like, pretty nice places, like, not super high-end, but, like, nicer places, how would that make you feel? Like, what would your response be?
So then it would make me question like the entire premise on like what is she looking for? Is she just looking for a way to like go out and check out these places? I had a coworker who told me her best friend moved to a new city. She made a Yelp list of all the places she wanted to go. She within 1 year she checked off all those places.
I mean, good for her, honestly.
Good
but
yeah. But like if that's your entire premise, then maybe it works out for some people and maybe some people are just looking to date casually and are emotionally unavailable. Then good for you. But for me it just like sets up a bad premise, a bad precedent to go on. Like, hey, what do you want to do? Like I would take you out on a dinner. I did dinner 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
And it was perfectly fine, but it was natural. It wasn't felt forced. We were like, hey, it's raining outside, instead of ice cream let's go get dinner.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and we went to a casual place. But like if it's a nicer dinner, you know my theory, second or third date only.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. So Adam has one more topic for this episode, and I'm honestly curious how you came up with this. But why don't you introduce our final topic first?
So our final topic is one that most people struggle with a lot.
Okay.
Is what to do when your significant other starts crying in front of you for the first time.
Okay, so let's pause. How did you come up with this?
I was watching the new episode of Love is Blind, shout out. So they're having a conversation and they're talking about, this guy was asking, have you ever cheated on someone? And she goes like, yeah, there was one time in my relationship where I did cheat. And he goes like, how long was it? She was like 2 years ago. And he goes like, that's not a long time ago. And like, I think the way he phrases her and then he starts questioning her through the pod, she starts breaking down and she starts crying.
Okay.
So that was one. In the second instance, there's this guy, the guy's 24, the girl's 30. And she's talking about the fact that she had dated one of the guys in the pod before they got into the pod.
Ah, drama.
She already knew. And the girl who's talking is also friends with is besties with the friend that the guy she dated is talking.
Okay.
And this guy is also friends with the guy that he dated. So it's like a big love square.
Okay.
Right? And she's talking to him about it. And she breaks down and she starts crying and she goes like, I just want to be honest with you. I just want to let you out in front. One, in my mind, I'm like, what's the big deal?
Yeah,
It's a laughing matter, to be honest.
Okay, but anyways, that's how you got to this crying.
Yeah, and then, because like the girl's crying and the guy is speechless. Can't do anything, can't help her, can't console her. And it's one of those crying, like, I am ugly crier.
Okay.
I do not want to cry in front of anyone else because I just cry. Are you an ugly crier or are you like a nicer crier?
No, I think I'm an ugly crier. I think everyone thinks they're an ugly crier, though, right? Does anyone think they look good crying?
No,
if you do, let us know because.
No, because like, do you cry? I like sob when I cry.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I definitely have different cries, but I can be a sobber.
Yeah. So the girl's sobbing and the guy goes over there. What do you do in that situation? How do you console someone? And it's like the first time. So basically, like, let's say 2 months into a relationship, they're crying. What do? You do not know them that well.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I think it's very situation dependent.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I don't know. I feel like in most of my relationships in the past, I have not been the first to cry.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I think this is the first relationship that I've been the first to cry. But
What do you do when you cry? What do you do when they
when
cry?
they cry, I mean, yeah, like it's situation dependent, but I think just like what I would want when I'm crying, like I just try to like be there for them and like, I don't know, give them a hug.
Mine is just like, can you stop crying?
What?
My brain just goes, can you please just stop
Why?
crying?
Because it makes you uncomfortable?
It makes me really uncomfortable seeing anyone cry.
Huh.
I don't want to be in the same room as them, but I can't walk away because that would be very hurtful. I just want them to stop crying, because usually when I cry, I am like internalize everything, and then I just break down, and then I just pick myself up, and then I'm good to go.
Right. So, when you cry, you are saying like you don't want to be
I do not cry in front of other people.
ever.
Last time I cried, I think I cried once in front of my dad, and that was like 6 years ago. But
So you've never cried in front of a girl.
no, I don't want to cry in front of a girl.
I know, but sometimes you can't help it.
Oh, I don't want to cry in front of my significant other because I don't want them to deal with me crying.
Okay.
Does that make
I
sense?
mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Where I'm
But
like,
sometimes if you're like comfortable with that person, you just like break down, and then you pick yourself up and put yourself back together, and like
yeah, I can
it's
cry.
vulnerable.
I can cry in front of my cat. Well, that's about
It
it.
doesn't count.
I do not want anyone else to see me crying. It's just like one of my phobias at this point.
Okay.
It's just my insecurity. But
Okay, so when people cry in front of you, you just feel uncomfortable because you would feel so uncomfortable in that situation.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm like, stop crying. And sometimes when people cry for the most mundane reasons, I know it's like a big.
What do DJs even do?
I know. When they go like, I know it's like the Titanic when you see the iceberg and like there's a lot underneath.
Yeah.
That's when people break
Yeah.
down and cry.
I mean, for
Sometimes
a lot
you
of people,
could-
they can't control when they break down because it is just the tip of the iceberg, that last thing that sends you over the edge. Like, I think, okay, people have asked me to talk more about myself, so
Yeah.
I'm going to tell one story.
Yeah.
The last time I cried, I think, for something really stupid, was like the Wi-Fi wasn't working.
Wait. Let's count up. You cried because the Wi-Fi stopped working?
Yeah. And I was trying to reset it, and I was holding it with, like, my earring. You had to, like, push this thing on the back of the Wi-Fi, and I was pushing it with my
Yeah, to the restart it, right?
Yeah, and I was holding it, and I was holding it for like 5 minutes, and I was just like, oh my god, like I was hurting my finger. I just had a lot of other stuff going on, and I was just like, I just need the Wi-Fi to work, and so I just like broke down. And
So your significant others in front of you?
Yeah, and I'm sure.
How did he
I'm
react?
sure he was like, what the fuck? Why is she crying over the Wi-Fi? But like, obviously it wasn't the Wi-Fi. I don't know. He's just like there and like nice and supportive. Like didn't judge me. I don't think. I don't know.
What the fuck?
But I'm saying that like sometimes you can't control it, and it's just like it is the tip of the iceberg, and you just need to like let it out, and then you pick yourself up, put yourself back together, and you move on.
And that's how life is.
Yeah. And so I think just like being there for the person. Because you know it's not going to last for very long, hopefully. I think we can just all understand that sometimes people just need to cry
Yeah.
and let it out and to not be uncomfortable about that.
And just do it within their own time and space and not bother other people.
No. Sometimes if someone cries in front of you, just be supportive. Say it's going to be okay. Any big dates coming up? Any new content for the pod?
I am so tired of Hinge. I am so tired of Hinge. I cannot go on another date. I missed my date yesterday because I forgot about it. I forgot to text her to
Stood
go.
her up?
I didn't stand her up because she was supposed to come to my place and we were supposed to go get ice cream. But then I was in such a just bad mood. I just turned off my phone and laid down.
So you stood her up?
But she never messaged me. I looked at my phone to like confirm the day of the date.
Oh.
Yeah, so
You're over him.
No, I'm gonna go back, but because we have to get the pod going. The viewers want
Maybe you go on Tinder. Blast from the past.
Oh, do you know that
Farmers only. Leave your recommendations for what apps Adam should try in the comments below.
I know, like if the Kelsey brother can find his soulmate on Tinder, so can I, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any other things to tell to our great listeners about before we sign off?
Nope. Just remember, like, comment, subscribe, and you might get some merch.
All right, thank you so much. And then we'll see you next week. All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Why do you say bye like that, Haley?
Because